Cardinal Pizzaballa, a big part of the Latin Patriarchate is in Jordan, where the Catholic community is very active in healthcare and education. What are some of the biggest challenges for the Church here and some of her biggest strengths?
The strength, one of the important strengths is the field of education, schools. We have about 30 schools here in Jordan, distributed in all different parts of the country, especially in the most isolated parts of the country, but also in Amman. And this is constitutive of our identity in a way, because formation, it is important in order to give formation, Christian formation to our children, but also to create these important relations with the broader Muslim community. What the weakness problems is that the internal immigration. People are moving continuously, especially towards the city of Amman. So and it's difficult to follow all these movements and to be present where our community is moving and creating new context of life. And this also affects our pastoral activities, but anyway, it is also an interesting challenge.
And how does the geopolitical situation in the region impact the daily work of local churches and parishes?
Our diocese is complicated. It covers different countries, and in each country the dynamics are totally different. In Jordan the situation is more serene, of course, and the conflict doesn't affect directly Jordan, but indirectly, yes, of course, because of the connection, the commercial activities, the borders, and also emotionally, people are very involved. Palestine, the situation is totally different. Of course, Gaza is a total devastation, as we already said many times, but also in West Bank, the situation remains very problematic. Permits are denied, the movements are complicated, and the attacks of the settlers, the political situations affects directly also the most basic things of the community, as the movement, aggregation, meetings, and so on.
And despite the ceasefire reached in October, people continue to die in Gaza due to bombing and the cold. What has changed in these past 3 months?
The main change, if not the only change, is that there are no more bombs every day. Of course, there are targets here and there, people are dying, as you said, but there is not the active war, I don't know what to say in English, we saw in the past months. But people keep dying not only because of cold, but also because of lack of medicines and drugs. Antibiotics and all the basic medicines are still missing. They are a big problem. And the situation remains of total devastation.
And how about the situation in Iran? What do you make of it, with people protesting in the streets despite violent repression?
My reading is that we see how the desire of life, dignity and justice is inside the heart of any human being. The people there are suffering since a long time, and now this desire exploded in them. I hope this will not conclude in more violence and more bloodshed, but of course no one can deny or neglect for too long this desire that is a part of the identity of each person and each community.
And you were just recently in Rome for the first extraordinary consistory called by Pope Leo, and the themes there you discussed were mission and synodality. What were some of the key takeaways for you?
The results are, there is nothing in the results so new. We discuss about topics that are quite discussed also in the past. What was interesting and important was the meeting itself, the consistory in itself, where we start knowing each other better, to discuss about the common subjects, common topics, but also to define better the methodology of a discussion in order to open a new journey of reciprocal sharing about ourselves, about the Church, about the future of the Church.